Hi there, VC. It's Steve Whitty here again. This is presenting more of his recent finds on video. Just turn it down a little bit. So these a mixed collection of albums that I've brought. So just trying to get myself up to date so they can be farther away. So let's start off. And these first two, probably mentioned, I've been doing the Beatles vinyl collection, D'Agostini. This is Magical Mystery Tour. This was issue number 6. It's on the Capitol, shows on the Capitol label. That's because the album was released in America first, because in the UK it was just the EP, which had the first songs on it, first side on it. The album then just put like Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, All You Need Is Love. Great. It's a great edition. You've even got the booklet that goes with it. So yeah, really pleased to get hold of that. And then issue 7 is Yellow Submarine. That's in the original white cover. Basically, it's side 1 really. So if you're looking for the Beatles stuff, you've got Yellow Submarine, Only a Northern Song, All Together Now, Hey Bulldog, It's All Too Much, All You Need Is Love. And then side 2 is the film score orchestrated by George Martin. Got the album on. There you go, show the album there on Apple. Beautiful pressing. And you've also, as well as the album, you've got the original sleeve with the original US liner notes as well. So really, really good. Get that back in. Really pleased with that. Issues 8 and 9 should be coming in the post very shortly. They are out in the shops now, which I believe is with the Beatles, I think. We'll Meet the Beatles and the Love album, which is really interesting. So the next album I've got is Black. This is Wonderful Life, the album. You've got the title track, which was the biggest hit single on here, and you've also got Sweetie Smile as well. It's actually Colin, I think it's Colin Vercombe, who's no longer with us. Sadly died about 18 months ago. This reached their peak of the career, to be honest. It's very. How can I say? It's very maudlin, the actual record itself. I'm just trying to think if I can get the name of the guy and pronounce it right. And I can't find the guy's name. Colin Verncombe, I think is how you pronounce it. And yeah, it's not a bad album. It's not a great album. And he after Wonderful Life, he just struggled to follow it up really. Deep Purple made in Europe, and this features the Mark III lineup. So you've got on here Burn, Mistreated, Lady Double Dealer, You Fool No One, and Stormbringer. It's okay. It's not Patron made in Japan. In a sense, it's sort of like it was just releasing records just for the sake of it, just to say here's a live, here's something with Mark III on it. You've got some live material from it. Now a couple of albums from Neil Diamond. So these are compilation albums. This is Gold Diamond. This is basically all his stuff up until he started getting popular. So you've got his version of I'm a Believer. He's got a version of Mums and Papa's Monday, Kentucky Woman, Red Red Wine. Obviously the original UB40 took into the charts. The Bow Tie Row, which I think Lulu took into the charts as well. And probably the best track on here, my favourite track on here is Solitary Man. Really great song. It's a good little album actually. It's sort of late 60s Neil Diamond. Obviously, he then became very popular. And this album's always floating around, but this is probably the best condition I've seen it in. So for a few pennies, I thought I'd have it in my collection. Yes, you've got all the stuff, Sweet Caroline, Crackling Rosie, Holy Holy. Solitary Man's on here as well. Cherry Cherry. Yeah, the top version of the ATV, My Brother. You know, a lot of it's hit and miss. It's 20 tracks, and it's sort of like some of it goes by. But when it is good, it really is good. You know. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah. Would have preferred if it got Beautiful Noise on there, but hey. Debut album by Dire Straits, absolutely corking album. Sort of introduced, and it sort of, when it came out in '78, it sort of went totally against what was going on at the time with the punk and new wave. This album sort of celebrates musicianship with Mark Knopfler's guitar playing, particularly. It's coming out to the fore, and it was somewhat different. And you can see why it really took off. I mean, Sultans of Swing, it was a slow burner, it has to be said. It took several attempts before it became a hit single. But, I mean, the album was recorded in '78. Sultans of Swing became a hit single the following year. So, but classic album. I've only got to get Communique, really, and the live album, and then On Every Street, and I think that covers everything for me. Another band of pleased to find that album. Brian Ferry, it's Bride Strip Bare. Gatefold. In a sense, this album sort of marks. I think he hit a bit of a roadblock with his solo career. He got Sign of the Times, which stands out as the best track on the album. But I think he sort of struggles a little bit. He does a version of Take Me to the River. Yeah, I think he struggled, and I think he needed to get back. It was no surprise he'd come back with Roxy Music the following year. I think the album, while it's okay, it's not his strongest solo album. And I think it sort of shows. And I think the fact he'd come back to Roxy, and Roxy then produced some really great stuff with them. Those 3 albums, Manifesto, Avalon, Fresh and Blood and Avalon, really great albums. The Housemartins, The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death. This is their second album. This marked the debut of Dave Hemingway on drums. He joined the band. Housemartins always suffered a bit of an image problem because they were quite well off. Come from well-off backgrounds. Well, they'd gone to Hull University, and the press sort of had a right go to them because they're quite a political band, but they were not in your face. It's quite subtle, and particularly in the tunes. Some really good tunes on here. The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death, the title track. The singles, Me and the Farmer, 5 Get Overexcited. You know, the attacking apartheid in Johannesburg. Beautiful song, Build. One of my favourite Housemartins songs. It's a great album. The band split up pretty much afterwards. Probably Paul Heaton and Dave Hemingway formed Beautiful South. Norman Cook, obviously, we know Fatboy Slim, DJ, did various other products. And Stan Cullimore, the guitarist, actually became a writer of children's novels. Jackson 5's Greatest Hits. They played Glastonbury yesterday, Jackson's. And just joyous record to listen to. You've got I Want You Back, ABC. Never Can Say Goodbye, I'll Be There. Got to Be There. Got some obviously some stuff with Michael. Rockin' Robin and Got to Be There, I think, are his songs. Yeah. Just a reminder of how good Jackson 5 were when they first came out. Sometimes you do need to be reminded of that with all the shenanigans that went on with Michael. Get rid of the shrink wrap there. To find this in the pound bin, yes, it's not in the greatest nick, but you know, I'm pleased to find this. Bob Marley's Legend album. Pretty much says everything on there. Great album. You know, 84 came out. It signifies, I think, what influenced Bob Marley was. It's sold by the shed load. Now James Griffiths, Are You Sitting Comfortably? This was my birthday present to myself. The Motors One album. Obviously, I'd seen James's Andy McMaster video, but it's been in the shop for some time, and I've been toying, and ahhing about buying it for a long time. So I got approved by the Motors, and then I took it to Pete in the record shop, and he said, "You're gonna love this album. it just rocks. And he mentioned about what John Peel, Peel thought about it, and so I brought it, and it doesn't disappoint. It's a great album. I'm so glad I brought it. Thanks, James, for pointing me in the right direction there. A couple of Santanas. This is Festival. This came out in 1976. Not as good as on the first 4 albums, but still a good album all the same. And this is just their greatest hits collection. I think this came out in '74 actually. That's okay. It tells Santana to that point, not in the greatest condition. Album I was quite pleased to find. This is Michael Schenker's Salt Attack album. This is the band's 3rd album, and this at the time, there was a bit of a lineup change. Gary Barden and Paul Raymond had gone. Cozy Powell had left as well. So Graham Bonnet and Ted McKenna came in, but unfortunately, this band lineup didn't really last that long. Unfortunately, Graham Bonnet, I don't know if he had a drink. He basically lost it on stage and had a breakdown for whatever reason. And Michael Schenker's not the most stable of people, to be honest. And unfortunately, so it meant for the rest of the tour that to get Gary Barden back, and it's sort of like the fortunes of the band in the UK sort of went downhill from there. Some 80s, classic 80s pop, Scritti Politti, Cupid and Psych 85. You've got here Hypnotised, Absolute, Word Girl, and Would-Be's Pray Like Aretha Franklin. Great pop record. Quite amazing from what they came from, because it was like Scritti Politti, some sort of like Italian anarchist slogan. It all came from a squat. Green Guy side. He still makes music. He DJs occasionally on Six Music. Very knowledgeable. Very worth checking out. Bit of Beethoven. This is Symphony Number 6, Pastoral. This is a Dutch on the CBS Masterworks label with Michael Tilson Thomas with the English Chamber Orchestra. Bit more classical music there. Another album I was pleased to find. Double album this is. This is The Who, Story of The Who. This came out in 1976. This came out. Obviously, you've got the Exploding Pinball. So whether this is to coincide with the film version of Tommy, I'm not sure. You've got on here Magic Bus. Well, Magic Bus, Substitute Boris the Spider, Run Run Run, I'm a Boy, Heatwave, My Generation. Side 2, Pictures of Lily, Happy Jack, The Seeker, I Can See for Miles, Bargain, Squeeze Box. Side 3 is really dedicated to Tommy. It's a sort of excerpts from Tommy. Amazing Journey, Acid Queen, Do You Think It's Alright, Fiddle About, Pinball Wizard, I'm Free, Tommy's Holiday Camp, We're Not Going to Take It. And side 4 sort of follows on from Tommy, Summertime's Blues, Baba O'Reilly, Behind Blue Eyes, Slip Kid, and then The Amazing Won't Get Fooled Again. A few people must have played that before the last election, I thought. Now, something totally different. Andy Williams, Almost There. And it was in the charity shop I worked, and nobody was buying it. And we cull records after a while. And I thought, I've got a couple more of these. And Andy Williams does have a fine voice. And yes, this came out 19. It's on the CBS label. Came out around 1965, and I Can't Stop Loving You. Had to Be You. Oh, it's just standard. There's nothing wrong with Andy Williams. Just a good voice. And then finally, to finish this collection, it's EMI introduced the new Bronze Way. It's a sampler. It never really was on sale. And it's basically the artist that's on the Bronze label. Bronze was basically the brainchild of Gary Bron, who was the manager of Uriah Heep. And he's got a single version of Gypsy, Look at Yourself, Easy Living. And you've got Manfred Mann's Earthbound, Father of the Night, Be Not Too Hard, and then Spirits of the Night, which is one of my favourite cover versions, actually. And then on side 2, you've got Ozzy Bisa, The Sunshine Day and The Warrior. Again, Manfred Mann's Earthbound, Blinded by the Light. Do It Yourself Desert Song by Heron, Who Needs Me, and Wise Man by Uriah Heep. So very much sort of given out to say this is what's on my label. So that ends that video. And again, if you liked what you seen, thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't like it. Feel free to comment. I always enjoy reading your comments. So if you liked what you saw and you want to subscribe, so click on the subscribe button. So until the next video, VC, you take care of yourselves. Thanks. Bye.